now, I'm going to give you a number of answers here, try to cover it from point A to B. This particular blue device has got 2 power levels. We've got 32. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. We've got different packaging. So you've got a bit higher, a bit higher, a bit higher, a bit higher. But it can take you from A to B. It's easy. I've not made myself clear enough. Okay, beautiful. One of the questions that we seem to be having is, what the hell am I going to do with this device? What am I going to buy? Is that correct? Yes? So can someone else formulate that question for me, so in a way that I can actually answer it properly? So I just don't imagine. I think the question is, I'm very confused. Please.
How do I decide which device is going to be best for me to use?
What do you need it for?
Skin tightening, mole removal, tattoo lightening.
So it depends on what. Now, I'm going to give you a number of answers here, try to cover it from many, many points. Now, we've got, just in this particular event, this device, made in China, okay? This is our device. Yes, okay. Made in the UK, made in the UK. Well, I stay in China, but we assemble in the UK, so it's actually made in the UK because it's assembled in the UK. It's been designed by me and a team of people. In 2013, this one. We're designing another one. Then on eBay, you can find devices that take you from A to B for $10, $20. Yeah. Go on eBay. Go on eBay. Go on Amazon. Go on Alibaba. Yeah. Give them a try. You can find anything. You can find the Plexa has been sold for what? Maybe 10,000 euros. I don't know in rand how much is that. It really depends on what you want. It's, in this business, it's like in the automotive business. I mean, almost everything takes you from A to B, and you have a business, or you may be starting out. So, for example, with our device, what you get, I'm going to get the technical specifications very shortly. They're all published on our website. With our device, and again, I'm biased. Not only do we sell it, but I've actually designed it, and my tears and my sweat went into that thing, to that black thing. So I'm in love with it. My uncle said it looks like a dildo. Maybe I'm in the wrong business. Yeah. Nice. Now, it depends. So if you have now, with that device, we've been doing it for so long. I'll give you the technical specs and a rundown, and then you can actually look online, because we publish everything. From the manual, everything. The full technical specs are for everyone, there for everyone to see. We don't shy away. We don't keep any cards onto our chest, as little as possible as we can. Now, with that device, you know that if it's used in a certain way, it delivers certain results. And we've got things to prove it. Not only the before and afters, we've got the videos, plenty of them. In the UK, you get full certification. You also get it from us anyway. And it's insurable, which is quite something very important in the UK. This is why we're very strong in the UK. Not only are we based there, but we've got a system where we can provide an extremely good device that is, in many ways, better than the Plexa, many other devices, and I can explain why in detail. And it's much cheaper. And also you get better support than those devices are quite expensive. Better support because pretty much everything is also automated. The training manual is online. It's voltaicplasma.com. I'm going to talk here for maybe 5 days, 20 days. I will never be able to impart as much knowledge as already up there, because pretty much every time I go and do a talk or we do some treatments, we film them. When we get the results, we're going to publish them. You can actually get to see firsthand how we've done the treatment, the recovery period, the before and after, and so on, which is actually not possible with many other devices, even some of the most expensive ones, the ones that try to sell to you for even higher prices than ours. Then you've got, we class ours as a middle device, middle device. Then you've got some Chinese devices are really cheap. The problem with them is, if there's a problem, is that you get them and you get no certification, you get no support whatsoever. That is the main problem with it. But again, they're available out there, and they may even take you from A to B. But if something goes wrong, who are you going to ask for? Who are you going to look for? The Ghostbusters are not there anymore. So that's the problem. And then we're designing, in the process of designing the very best plasma device for a number of reasons. I'm not going to cover it here. So it depends on what you're after.
Can I just stop you
Yeah.
there? So we've got an entry-level pen, which are these ones, okay? We've got the middle, which is your one, but he's developing the high end, and that's going to be a
Next year.
non-portable plasma device.
Yes,
That
and
is
we'll
going to
explain
do
why.
far more than even this one does for you.
So
Not everybody will be able to afford that. I mean, that is like a, you can't move it. It stays in the shop.
So
It's not mobile.
to make a comparison, when you're buying a car, you can buy a Fiat, you can buy a Ferrari. Depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're an established business, you may want to rely on something that is actually, people can Google it and actually realize what it is and find loads of information about it, realize there's lots of support about it, this sort of thing. It depends where you're at in your business. If you're starting out and you're actually trying to start a business, maybe you want to try something that's cheaper, the cheapest possible thing, and try to get the best support that you can find. And Premier here is there for you for that.
And we didn't go to Amazon, we didn't go to eBay, we didn't go to Alibaba. Okay, guys, I promise you that.
I did, Andrea.
Yes.
So I went through a European, I've discussed this with you already, but at the end of the day, you said to me, they're getting it from China.
Yes, and I can prove it.
You know, and then, yeah. So basically I was screwed because I went through them but basically their source is probably China.
It's China.
But yet, even if I go direct to China,
Uh-huh.
I can buy one for $4,500 and I can buy one for $10.
Yes.
But it
Well,
looks
no-
exactly the same.
But for the $5,000 from China, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet. But
Yeah.
normally
But
the
they're
more.
all the same pen.
Yes.
But yet, and it's true though, because I bought the cheap one and I bought the more expensive one.
When you say more expensive, how
No,
expensive
they
was
look
it?
exactly the same.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yet I can see that mechanically, the one does seem like a better quality than the other one.
It is possible.
So maybe they are, some of their prices are justified because, yeah, I don't know. the
Yes.
manufacturing of-
There's also this is the aspect.
You see,
So,
and
and
it's not everybody can enter this world with the Ferrari.
Yes,
We
indeed.
want to enter this world and we want to know the device, the entry device is acceptable to do the treatments with. Just like the Fiat is acceptable to drive from here to Cape Town. You need to explain that to us.
Yes, it's to say, it's like buying a car. It takes you from point A to B. This particular blue device has got 2 power levels. We've got 32. You can get a car that goes from 0 to 100 in 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Get one that goes even now in 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Buy a latest Tesla in 1 point something seconds. I mean, the latest ones. It depends what you want to do with it. It really depends what sort of backup you're getting, what features you're getting. Say, for example, I made this graph here. I'll give you an example. I don't know. Please give me names of devices because I very likely know them.
Plexel?
Sorry?
The Plexel?
Plexa?
Axel.
No, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. No, I don't know that
Korea
one.
gets it from China.
Yeah, I personally know it because I visit the factories and they say, oh, by the way, this is a Korean customer. So basically they do what do you call it, the logo attachment to that. Any other device? Sorry for not able to help with that. Any other device?
I've seen what's it called? Cryotherapy. Cryo.
No, that's
Cryotherapy.
that's freezing.
Yes. Any other brand name?
It's 8 million.
Yeah, core. Okay.
My question is, I've been told that a real plasma device is actually soft surgery beds, and
Yes.
a pen is high frequency. So,
Say it again. I'm very interested. Say it again,
all right.
please.
So, what is high frequency, and the difference between high frequency and soft surgery in the pen?
High frequency is something that is classed as a frequency that's quite high. Okay, I was just thinking a high frequency, and the plasma is I'm giving you the stupid question. I know where you're getting at. I know what the question is. I'm giving you the dumb answer to that question. And plasma is that spark. They call it plasma. They call it fibroblast. They call it whatever.
Flexible soft surgery.
Yes, it's a name. They call it soft surgery. That's just.
Really flex all of those together.
You look at the videos, you look at the information, it's the same, but you can call it different ways. But Plexer is a trademark, as it's registered. Okay, soft surgery, somehow they try to register it, but no. Yes. High frequency, no. No, the point, okay. Now, these devices, the way they work, okay. I'll give you the more intelligent, as a human understanding where they're coming from and what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is confusing people. I even got people saying that, that Accord device. Accord device is, it does nitrogen plasma. The other devices don't. Guess what the air is made of? 78% nitrogen. Of course, it's true. And even the other devices do it as well. So the point is, what they're trying to do in many cases is trying to put small screens in order to confuse you and to not to look at other things, to compare, which is the exact different thing that we're doing. This is the more intelligent answer to that I can give to my level of intelligence. The other thing is maybe they're referring to high frequency, maybe, because all these devices have a sine wave at the output. If you take our device, that device, the Accord device, you put it under an oscilloscope, you find a sine wave or something very similar at a certain frequency. They say, well, possibly their device has got high frequency because they don't know what to say. Also, we get many times, as I tried to mention before, the other smoke screen that they're trying a number of times is, I've seen that video. It's got the arc is orange. Is it? Oh, it's blue. It's blue. They try all sorts of things that trying to point out to the color, to whatever they can point out to in order to try and make it look as if they're so different. But from a technical...
A high frequency in a plasma pen has been advertised as a plasma pen is not approved plasma pen.
Why?
That's my question.
Why? Sorry, are they writing it down? Are they writing it down or just saying it in words?
Are they printing?
Is it written down?
I've been sent a message when I made an inquiry about this
Uh-huh.
machine and said that anybody or a pen is not a true pen if it has high frequency.
Uh-huh.
Plasma pen.
s-
So
please.
a real plasma pen they call soft surgery. Flex.
I think it's just,
And it is.
this is what they're saying, but I can't see any logic. It's just statements.
Playing with words.
It's just statements. I just look at it and see statements. Do you guys agree? It looks statements to me.
I think it's just a statement. The amount of times a lot of brands say stuff like they're trying to turn you off things is amazing.
Yes.
And they'll say exactly what are we using?
This is the point I'm trying to, because we've seen a number of times of we've been attacked by a number of people throughout the years, tried to take us down. One in 2014 it happened, but not now. So it is a way in order to try and say, well, everything else is fake. Only we are true ones. Yeah. So this is what it's telling me. Because then I particularly know that device and know where it's made from. Because if you look at that particular Accord device, some hints come to the fact, if you buy one particular device, I can show you here on the screen, the attachment of that needle is the exact same as the Accord. It's the same thread, the same thing. I even know the factory. I went to the factory. What they very likely have done, I just taken that design, I just changed the enclosure and say, look, that enclosure make it only for us, and you can make any other enclosure, and so on. That by the Accord device. I'm not making it. This is what I think. This is my personal thoughts about how the Accord device is made and where it's made from and so on. But again, ask them this particular question if you please. Say, send me the technical specifications, kindly. Our technical specifications are online. You can compare. We also made another page. I don't think we compare the Accord. Again, it's on beautytech.com website. I can actually put it on the screen right now if required. We do the comparison, technical specifications, device per device. Not all of them because so many, but we only compare with the Plexer, the Plasma Jet. I can't remember the Accord we have or not. I might as well do it right now. I'll just do it right now. And so on. So this is a more, if you're looking at exactly what you're getting for your money from as a piece of kit, this is the way you can more reliably have a guess at what you're buying, more reliable from a more logical point of view, if you understand. Then there's other factors like customer support, training, and so on. That this is, I'll try to go online and get that thing slowed up.
Andreas told us in 2 days, because we've picking his brains a lot, and he said in China he knows all the manufacturers to see, it's his passion to see where the things are being assembled and what they are. And he said you're going to the same factory and there they're assembling a machine and it's maybe got a gold case with 2 diamonds on the back and a dial here and whatever, and it's just playing with packaging, you see. And then the same, everything is being made, but they said, so now that must have our logo on and nobody else has that one and we're going to market it under this brand name.
Oh, come on.
They're making the same everything, just putting it maybe now in a blue case with no diamonds on, and but it's the same thing. It's just most of it is just packaging. You look at the device, the pretty picture of anything, all you can see this is a far superior machine. But you're looking at the packaging. Is it really, or is it just the packaging?
Oh, come on.
But they both do the same job.
Just to say,
Will that be like enough for us to kind of cover whatever we do?
Well, I'm going to let him answer that. Because he said he's going to sit and tell you all the machines, even the ones that we've got, we brought in for you. We tried to bring an entry-level pen because we know to come into just all of a sudden to get your training and your machine, how many people can get into the industry? Do we only want to start with 10 girls who can afford it? Or do we want to start with 50 girls who an entry-level pen is going to help them get the extra money to maybe buy the Ferrari later? Otherwise you'll never come into the store because you'll never have that money to buy the Ferrari. So we don't want to keep you out of the industry, build up to where you can afford the Ferrari, but now you've done a full face at 10,000, you've done some eyes at 5,000 each, you've done some, and take all that money before you do anything, maybe get Andreas spend now. You know what I'm saying? And we've got a little spare in case something goes wrong. But you can start there. You don't have to start.
Okay, so these are our technical specifications here. So you can access it on beautytech.com website on FAQ. Got a scroll down, and you find the technical specifications. And then you can read them. And it's been there for many, one of the website, of our websites. They've got digital display, they've got the power levels and so on. See where I find it. Power output, the frequency of the device, by the way, the electrodes voltage, yeah, LED light, 4 LED lights. Let's have a look. There should be the 32 power levels there. I can't find the power level indicator, 4 levels. Electrode, main frequency 100 kilohertz. Power output, units, electrodes.
And the power output says it's from 1 to 4.
Yes, what, approximately. Okay, there you have it. Okay. You go market comparison. We made this a long time ago. Maybe it's been there for 3 years maybe. And then you've got the Plexa. We're comparing only, we haven't put the Accor at the time because it wasn't a question that people asked us at the time. But we've got the main one, the Plexer, the jet plasma lift at the time when we made this thing, it was quite strong. The Plasma IQ was quite strong as well. The Beauty Tech. And then you just can go and compare. And then if say for example, you want to put the Accor there, in terms of number of power levels, I would say 2, but if they actually tell you, somebody actually can, please give them a call and say how many power levels does the Accor device have, and see what they say. That'd be very nice to know. Because according to that device that we've seen that's got the same design from China, that device has got only 2 power levels. So I'm not sure. That's got to be asked. And again, we can actually, at the time, we could get the technical specs of some devices. Some others, they don't actually put it online, or they don't even tell you until you buy. So that's the sort of, hopefully I've answered the question. So with our device, from a mere technical point of view, the unique thing that you've got is the highest possible amount of power levels. The lowest one is lower than almost any device I know, actually any device I know, and I've tried myself. And the highest is the highest of any other portable device that I know. And this is the Beauty Tech. It's like having something that goes fast, really fast, and really slow if you want it really slow. And it's so low that it's so difficult. Sometimes it's quite difficult to produce the arc at the minimum power level.
So can you talk to us now about us using the orange or the blue pen?
For that, then we've got to, yes. Now, I'll have to actually do some good trials on it, but it's got only 2 power levels. I'll just give an answer that it could be as good as possible. I'll try it hopefully tomorrow or after tomorrow. But the point is, first of all, you want to do the practice on the test meet. So you want to be able to generate the arc quite comfortably. And depending on how the device is set up, you want to start at the highest power setting so you know how to generate the arc, and then being able to generate the arc at the lowest power setting.
I'll stop him there. He said, with a piece of meat.
With a piece of meat.
Criticized with our last training, and can you believe they bring this disgusting piece of chicken out for us? We're going to start practicing on chicken. Hello, that's your best entry-level practice.
Yes.
You cannot practice on a practice sheet or something dead. You need the skin.
Yes.
Needs skin. So we use chicken wings, and they're just nice and clean. We've got our gloves on, and we do lovely practice on the chicken wings.
What about an orange you feel that you do?
But better on skin.
Yes, as well.
Better on skin.
I
So
don't
use an
know,
orange
it's,
one, but you're not going to get the same feeling.
Is it-
If you've got gloves on, you're not touching it.
Oh, that's the air
But I'm
conditioner.
saying, it's like or meat, a piece of steak or something that's got living cells, not just plastic.
So yes, the piece of meat is very, very important, because even the Plexer guys have done it for several years on the piece of meat. This is where the surgeons have actually practiced on their electrocautery devices. So the piece of meat, chicken skin or anything, don't take as a gimmicky thing. It's been used for several years, also by surgeons. when surgeons try and well, practice on electrocautery, instead of practicing on people, practice on meat. They take a steak and they start burning the steak or cutting the steak using the electrocautery device. So it's a very, very important exercise. So, and it's even easier with this type of devices because the main thing that you've got to learn how to do is being able to generate the arc at the lowest power level. Then, if the arc has got certain characteristics and is of low power enough, then you can use it for eyelid tightening. Because the problem is with certain devices that too high power on eyelid tightening is not particularly good. But if it's low enough power, then you can use it for eyelid tightening. Because the eyelids are very, very sensitive areas, especially the upper eyelids. Yes, did I answer that particular question?
No, but we need to know, a lot of our girls have got the blue or the orange pen.
Yes.
Can they continue with that and they can't afford your pen now?
I'd say so, yes. You can. Why not? Why not? As long as you do it.
As
As long.
It's still got your arc light, it's still giving you your blue.
That,
You
look,
just need the blue.
we're talking about a device that's much cheaper than ours, and we're saying to you, we're making no money out of it. If you buy it, great. If you don't, well, if you buy it, they're making money. We don't at the moment. But the point is, we're trying to say to you, arc, plasma, fibroblast. They try to say high frequency. They try to say plasma, nitrogen. They try many, many things over the years. Blue plasma. They try all sorts of things. Pretty much is the same thing. If you've got a car, it's got 4 wheels normally, it takes you from A to B. If it's got an arc and is manufactured in a certain way, very likely, it's going to be as effective. And I'm a manufacturer speaking against my own interests. Because I'm telling you guys, there's a lot out there. There is a lot out there. But from our point of view, what I'd like to say, because this is the feedback that we get, we still get many people, and we're still growing, although we're not the cheapest, because we provide the best training there is, which is online. We're the only one actually doing it really seriously online. And we provide great backup support to our customers. So if you have one of our devices, we'll treat you like a queen, really, because we really value our customers. And the knowledge is something that people don't want to impart as much. They're not as happy to put out there online and easy for people to access. And we get loads of people having, some of them this device, we got them from Canada, especially in Canada they've got loads of these devices, the blue ones. And other devices, but on the internet, even the Core, even the other big brands that come to us for help because they don't know how to perform the treatments, or their manufacturer is not that responsive to the problems that they have. So, and some of them, when we go into another presentation, we'll show you some mistakes that people can make with these devices. We're not going to show you mistakes that have been made with other devices. We could, but we don't. But this is just to give you an idea of what poor training can do. And training is fundamental. When you buy these devices, you can buy inexpensively. These devices can do many things. You can even you can burn your skin, and if you just insist, you can go to your bones. You can go literally and see your bones if you really want, because they burn flesh. You just insist on it. They burn flesh. Yes, and then say we've had many things throughout the years, especially say for example the Plexer saying that they were the only device where they were only working on the upper layer of the skin and not doing it on the dermis and everything. But then you just said, hang on, Plexer guys, have you tried your white device for maybe 10 seconds on the skin? No, that's dangerous. Because obviously, that device can actually burn up to the bone like anyone else's device. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. We've got different packaging, we've got different, slight different things, but pretty much Water is water. You can buy water from the bar, from the supermarket. It's bottled. And certain countries, like in the UK, you can drink it off the tap water for much less. It's still water. It's still doing the job. Do you understand what I'm saying about water? So this is, I'm trying to make a comparison here.
Just, the one machine's got like 3 settings and yours has got
32, yes.
32. Isn't that confusing though? I mean, do you ever use the highest one?
Yes, you use the highest ones.
When do you know when to 12, 13, 14? And,
Uh-huh.
and
He actually gives a whole.
No, I'll just put you, I'll show you here.
it's more simple to have a low, medium, and a high.
Yes, it's simpler. This is why the Plexer guys have done it that way, and have been successful. But we wanted to go a bit. I'll show you the technical specifications, beauty tech protocols. So, definitely it is easier. Look, type of aesthetic treatment, technique used, average number of treatments, beauty tech beginner settings. You've got a level 1, say for example for upper eyelid tightening with 3 battery configuration, and then the advanced user settings. And you got it for a vast array of treatments. The reason for it, for going a bit further than the 3 settings or the 2, is that even with you take the Plexer, the white one, the lowest power setting, you can still burn through flesh. The value at the moment, and this is what we're trying to change with the next design, is on you. How good are you using that device? So this is why the training is very, very important, because with that white device, with this, the supposedly very high-end plasma device that's sold to doctor with the right certification, you use the white one, you start burning your skin, you just keep it long enough, if you're anesthetized you can, you just go to your bone. You just do it. So it is, this is what, so basically, although it seems easier, because what we've got in mind, especially at the beginning, is, okay, I'm using for this treatment this power level, for that treatment that power level. In reality, even with the Plexer, you could even use the red device. You could even, it's not recommendable, to do an upper bleph, an upper eyelid tightening. You could even do that. Because all you have to do is just make an instantaneous blast, as instantaneous as you possibly can, is still okay. Whereas with the white one, you can get away with keeping a bit longer, because the power setting is less. This is the point. At the moment, with the design that we've got on the market from China, Italy, wherever you want to call it, most of the burden of the treatment and the results that you can get is down to how you use the device. And by giving you more power settings, we give you sort of more speeds, more control. We're able to tell you, look, you've got 32, and we've calibrated the lowest one. Really don't need to use it. It's so low that it's even difficult to generate the arc. The highest one, you just go it's so powerful that you can go through meat, and with that tip, you can actually go through the meat, and it's working as if you are using a knife and going through butter using a hot knife. This is how powerful it is. So you've got more options than did I answer your question?
If you
With
come
the-
on our, if
so-
you come on our 2-day training course, we will go into the length you keep it, the different, you can, on a low intensity, like he says, you can go right through and we'll get to the bone. On the high intensity, you can go as shallow as you want to as well. And you can get, on a high, you can get the results of a low.
Yes.
It's your technique, timing, plume, how deep that plume's going, how close your dots are to each other. There's so many variables.
Yes.
And that is what we teach you in the 2-day course. Andreas is not going to be able to sit with you and show you here. You're going to watch what he's doing, but you bring models into us,
So-
you will be working on your model.
At
So
the
you'll
mo-
get the sense of all of that.
At the moment, I haven't actually given the presentation I've given before because they're online, they've got lots of hits. If you understand the why we do skin tightening in a certain way and why we say the intensity of the treatment is proportional to the duration of the arc, how long you keep the arc on, the power setting of the arc, how powerful the arc is, and the distance between the spots, then you realize, hang on a second, the power setting is not that. It is important to a certain extent, but not as important. Because you keep the power setting the same, you drastically change the duration of the arc. Oh God, you're going to cause an injury, for instance. Or you change all of a sudden, you place the spots really, really close together. It could cause problems in certain areas of the body, especially the upper eyelids. So this is why it's not only down to the power settings. And at the moment, one of the most important points of how you use the device is the duration of the arc. This is the problem that we're sorting out later on with next year with a new device. This is why it's not only down. It's not as if you've got 3 power levels or 1 power level. Oh, it's everything. I'll do everything with 1. You can. You actually can. I'll give you the story because it's very important to this. In Italy, the plexer at the beginning was
back because the ladies in front are having to.
Yes. At the beginning, in Italy, the plexer was sold separately. You've got the white, the green one, and the red. I'm talking about that because I know really, because I've done the research on that. And it was the most, the highly publicized that I'm at having, and just I was exposed to that a lot. But they were selling them separately, so people are only buying the white one. 1 power setting that do everything. Very simple. 2,000 euros at the time. It was in 2012. Yes, 2011, 2012. Yes, 2012. 1 power setting. So we have to charge them more. So what they've done is they introduced this cube, and they put the charging station into to accommodate 3. And said, well, you want to buy 1? Well, get it. Okay, you get the whole box. And made it really heavy, and they charged 6,000 euros for it. And you can, give you 1, but you'll still charge you 6,000 euros because the box is very heavy. So that is the point. That is that it was a marketing thing, but what I'm trying to get to, the power level is important to a certain extent. It serves you especially when you become really experienced at it. When you're removing them all, they said, okay, I'm just going to go really quick with the highest power setting, and then I'm going to reduce it to the minimum if you want. I mean, I've removed moles now with up on settings up to 15 without needing to reduce it because I've done it so many times. But that is what the different power settings allow you to play with. And there's also other devices that we've seen on the market. So just to give you if this is the power setting, see if you can understand, I can make you understand from this graph. This is the power here. So let's say this is very low and this is very high. So you can go this way. You can have one power setting here, 1 power setting, so number 2, 1, and 3. So, and then you can split it into several power settings. This is not exactly what we've done, but just to give you an overview. So you can actually play it at this power level, but we also can play it at intermediate levels, and so on. In reality, with our device, we go really, really low. If the plexer is here, for example, just give you an example. Plexer is here, we're really going really, really low. And high, we really go really, really high. Whereas the highest the plexer goes there, we go really higher. And we go that sort of thing. And then you've got loads of more power settings to play with. But they both take you from A to B. You can use either devices for aesthetic purposes. For example, very likely, this device, I haven't actually tested it yet, very likely. Very likely, again, doing the power setting here. Power. Sorry, I've been trained in engineering. I get all these graphs here. Very likely, it could be something of the sort. So you've got this, and you've got that. So you switch, this is 1, and this is 2. But you can still have a device that does lots of intermediate power levels. So you've got a bit higher, a bit higher, a bit higher, a bit higher. But it can take you from A to B. It's easier, very likely, to use the lowest power level only, especially at the beginning. This is why we're saying beginner levels and advanced setting levels, power levels for advanced users. Because as you do more and more treatments, you realize, hang on a second, I can do this with this power level. It's fine, I can do it. So when we wrote that, maybe it was 2 years ago, something of the sort, we kept in mind safety and that the user just started using the device for the first time around. So did I answer your question? Is it clear what I'm trying to get to? Yes, we're dealing with, if you're buying, there's so many cars around, still take you from A to B. You can buy even a motorbike, a bicycle. Yes. So, and again, some people like, to give you an overview, some of our customers, although we say the truth and we're actually supposedly killing ourselves, if we don't kill ourselves as a business, other people will take us out of business. So we might as well take ourselves out of business, tell the truth first. So we have to deal with our flaws first. So the point is, at the moment, we're still getting a growth because of our exposure online, and the fact that big businesses that are in the cosmetic industry want to know that, okay, I'm going to buy that black thing, but I've got lots of references online. I call the guys, they're very responsive. I've got a problem with a person, I've got a question, they're very responsive, tell me how to sort it out. Whereas if you just go, and then obviously you can get insurance, you get online tests and so on. You get, to a certain extent, what you pay for, but also when you're a big clinic and you say, well, I'm doing plasma, and then you do plasma with Ariton or Beauty Tech, or you do it with the Plex, or you're doing it with plasma alone. It could be, if you're an established business, you want to make sure you use devices that are very well known as well. So that is another point to take into consideration.
And also, Andreas, if they buy your pen, are they allowed to access your marketing? Are they allowed to use your marketing?
Ladies, you can use our marketing anyway. As long as you, even if you don't, sorry, that's true. Yes, you can use that before and after, even if you don't buy anything from us. Make sure you link to us, please. Just to give us some credit. Say that I'm good looking. Andreas is good looking.
I'll do that if I get a photo with you.
Yeah. So basically, we've got people I think it's in Canada. We've got somebody reporting people in Canada. They're scoping our websites. They will take plasma.com websites and do their training following what we've written on our websites. We put it free of charge, and they charge people for it. But then what the problem is, if you get charged whatever amount of money, and then you'll say, hang on a second, that says free of charge on this website. Hang on a second, there's more information here. What the heck? You get a bit upset. So we've been told to lock it up. We don't lock it up. We keep adding to it, and this is the way we do it. And again, you're actually listening from somebody who's a bit. I try to be as unbiased as possible, but there's a little bit of bias. A little bit. I try not to be, but please bear in mind that I'm a bit biased. I think if you just when you go away, you just think and then say, well, what should I do? And you start asking people, if you're comparing devices, ask their technical specifications. Ask for whatever you want to get and see whether you can get it from them. And then you make your own mind up. And yeah.
I want to share something private with you, but I think it will just help you to understand from our perspective This was correspondence between us. We just have a little group, the three of us, so that whatever Sherry asks Andreas or I, and he speaks back, Sherry and I getting the information together. And he let us know that, and I think he's been chatting to you about this now, he let us know that, yes, he does understand everybody cannot enter the plasma world through a high-end device. He understands that. It's our budgets, it's our pockets, okay? Do we keep people out of the plasma world because of money? Or do they come in and build up money and then go to that level? Okay. And so then Andreas said, this is Andreas sending us, this is the machine that he's going to, one of the machines of Chinese machines that he's bringing in to help people all over the world for an entry-level pen. And he posted these two photographs, and we were, you kidding?
Oh, yeah. That the thing.
Thank you, Andreas.
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
also understands not everybody can purchase his high-end device, and he's not going to make anything else except that, but it's going to go higher. So it's going to be really a Rolls Royce compared to this. But an entry-level pen, okay? But he's going to back that entry-level pen with after-sales service. And it's logoed with Eriton on it, this machine. There he's got it, he sent it to us. So would you mind if I shared your discussion?
Yes, by all means,
Would you like to
yeah.
listen to him talking to us? Sherry,
Please.
is it okay? You happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is now him talking to us, and maybe I need the mic. Can I have the mic now?
Yeah, okay, on you go. On you go.
Okay.
The way we're gearing our business.
What is it?
Sorry, I touched it.
Touched it? Okay.
Sorry.
So as anticipated before, we are gearing also to
I was asleep.
satisfy the demand for people who do not want to spend a lot of money. So you'll find the link. We're going to invest in services for these Chinese devices, and we are going to test these devices and supply them ourselves. So we're going to cover the low end, which is the Chinese devices, which have been commoditized by the factories in China. Also, we're going to keep the BTTech, and we're going to also make a new plasma device, which is going to have hot plasma, cold plasma, and so on. We're building the information online this year, and so we're going to cover very high-end, middle, what you call it, mid-range, like the BTTech, and also the lower range, like this device and all these devices that are available from China.
Okay.
So this is the way we're gearing our business.
Okay, next message. Sorry, I need 3 messages. Sorry, just please listen.
We're going to talk about it next week when we're going to meet each other. I just wanted to send you this information so you know what we're doing. You can have a look and so on.
And then Sherry's reply.
Thank you, Andreas.
Sorry.
Hi, Andreas. This is so interesting that you've chosen this specific device as a good enough entry-level device for the ladies that can't necessarily afford the high-end machines. I'm actually quite excited because this is the same pen that I've been importing for a while now and supplying with our ladies here in South Africa. I've been bringing in this one and as well as a orange device. Perhaps when you're here, you can just open up both of these devices and just advise me as to which one you would go with, which particular manufacturer. As I said, majority of our ladies are quite pleased with it, but there are a few ladies that are not happy with the consistency and the fact that the battery doesn't last very long, and there's various issues. But maybe when you're here, you can help advise me, Andreas, and I'm actually so excited because this also just proves to myself that I didn't make such a big mistake when I chose what entry-level device to go with. I really appreciate this, and yeah, Thank you, Andreas.
So, thanks, Sherry. Sherry was terribly worried. Sorry, just want to.
Hi, Andreas. This is
Sorry, just go out. So guys, just to get our perspective, okay, we brought it in, started training, Sherry Google, and then when he said he was going to bring this one in as a low end to help girls get started from his camp, all over shipping to the rest of the world. So they could buy his high end one or we could buy this one. So Andreas is going to sort out with us why maybe the batteries are not lasting long or why maybe the plume is not as strong as what we expect it to be. And Andreas is going to now give us backup support. So if we're having a problem with the low-end device, the entry-level device, he's going to be there to support us on this machine.
But Andreas has said that we must keep, which I'm going to do now, I'm going to try, is keep a lot of them at my office. So if you have issues and it's giving you crap, which it probably will, because it's an entry-level device, you can send it back and I'll send you another one. And we do that. That's what he's doing that side as well.
Oh, yes. In terms of customer service, what we do the Amazon thing. Our customer report a problem, we just send a replacement immediately, and hopefully we're going to receive the device back. We just don't even question it.
Sorry, right. I don't know much about the plasma, but we learned a lot of information today. But I don't know that there was a difference. I just know that there's this thing that I wanted to learn about, and I'm sitting here going, yes. So what are the prices? How do we get involved?
Okay, all right.
So we want to see, we obviously want to see demonstrations, but we're here to know more about the things so we can maybe,
Let me just explain it.
What is the...
So first of all, Andreas, like I said to everybody, this is just a workshop, it's not a training session. You're not going to be picking up and working yourselves, we don't have that
You're going to
time.
be watching him tomorrow.
It's 2 days, so he's going to demonstrate a mole removal, everything he's going to demonstrate on the big screen, so you can see it in action.
Yeah.
Then we have a 2-day course, that 1 month we're in Joburg, the next month we're in Cape Town. Next month we're in Joburg because we have other trainings we also have to do. So we can't do month, every month in Joburg. So we'll send you the dates of all our training and we give 2 days. The first day we do theory and you get a training manual. Where's our manual? You'll be getting a training manual, and all this is Andreas's training. You'll be getting a training manual for your reference, for that you can look it up. What did they say I had to do here? What setting? We'll have a training. You get your training manual. You'll get a certification that you're qualified to charge and to practice as a plasma practitioner. And you will be bringing your models in. So you will be bringing whatever you want to train in. I mean, like some girls have just said to us, we never even got to do a tattoo removal. Well, how did you bring a model? Must I go and look for one in the streets? You understand? We can only treat what you bring to us. You can practice what you bring to us. You can work until 12 o'clock tonight if you like. If you want to practice every single one, but bring those models. So that's your time. We don't do demonstrations. You're going to do practice. Okay, sit down. First you're going to practice on chicken wings. Okay? You're going to get the feel of the light. You're going to get the feel of what happens. Just holding your hand. Just holding. If I take this plasma pen, and I'm removing something with a plasma pen, and the closer you come, and different skins are different. I don't know whether it's the magnetic field of the body. But sometimes I can... you're dead, there's nothing coming out. Sorry girls, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I don't have a needle in here, obviously it's not going on. But what I'm saying, I have found sometimes I have to come very, very close to certain human beings before I ignite the plasma plume. Other clients, I'll be quite far away and the plasma plume is already igniting. Okay, but as soon as I put my hand on his hand, and the intensity, just stop it, I'm serious now. If I'm doing it like this, my plasma plume's going to be weak. As soon as I touch him, the plasma plume, because I'm grounded. I'm grounded. Can you see it's going through my body? So
what happens if I do this? He's
supposed to that's what he said. Okay, plume. It makes the plume stronger.
Who's going for a treatment tomorrow? Coming for a treatment.
So
I'm going to
even-
touch you.
But
I'll touch you as well.
But listen to me, listen.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is that when we talk about the intensity, this is a power button, low, high.
Yeah.
But if you work low and you are touching your client, it's going to be high. It's going to be high, even although you've set it low. So if you want it low, don't touch the person.
Even while they're wearing gloves.
Yes, it's a common thing. It happens with this. It happens to any device.
It's like the light
The way-
strikes the area.
The way it works is,
You
yeah.
Yes.
You can see, you can watch in our videos. We've made a number of videos demonstrating it. It works also on the steak. This is why we give you the steak thingy, because if you touch with one hand the steak or the chicken, turkey, whatever. So if you don't touch it, that arc is very difficult to come on. If you touch it, then it comes really, really hot and really, really powerful. So what we do when you do the treatment, you normally touch the client with one hand and then
Come back.
another.
These poor
Oh,
ladies,
sorry.
come back to the bit your back.
Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
so,
You're
gonna have to massage you're going to do 2 days training,
Yeah.
you're going to learn how to work
Nice
with
watch.
high, low,
Nice watch.
medium, don't touch, whatever. Okay. So that will do in the 2-day training. Okay, and that 2-day training, if you buy the Beauty Tech, you get the training free. Okay? If you buy the entry level, it's this is 55,000 rand. If you buy, it's 3,000 pounds. That is what Andreas said. We represent him, he sells it at 3,000 pounds. So it's 3,000 pounds, whatever the pound dollar rand exchange is. So this month it might be 55, next month it might be, I don't know, unless Sherry just keeps it at a level. She'll decide that. But this one comes in at 8,000 rand. And the training is 17. So that makes 25,000. Okay, 2 days with us, 17,000 rand for the training, and your manuals, and your certificate, and your certification. You're not getting certification yet today. You haven't even worked with the thing, so how can we certify you? But you're getting all the knowledge. Okay, so that's 25,000 rand, including your pen. By the pen, you don't pay for that training. Okay. Have I answered your question now? Okay, yeah.
Is there a different manual now to the first one?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. In fact, we were just about ready to give you the newer one, and then we decided to hold back until Andreas. Because more and more info has come in on aftercare, on all sorts of things. So we're going to put, and maybe every year we'll have to re-look at our manual, because life changes. And we'll give you the update. So all those that got your manuals now will get the new manual. Okay, you all will get the updated manual.
Yeah.
All right. Because he's going to change a lot of things, and he's taking this manual across back to and this manual we have done. Kathy and I have done this manual. We didn't copycat. The only knowledge we got from Andreas. So that's why we wanted Andreas here. It's his knowledge in this manual. Okay? So he's now very grateful that we've done this homework for him, and he's taking this manual back, and he'll be passing it on to the rest of the world. The manual, Kathy, and I did that. Thank you, Kathy, for all your
Yeah,
work
give me plasma.
in
Yeah.
getting this manual together for us. And we're going to put Andrea's
Make me
pictures.
sexier.
You know, in the
It's better
manual,
because I do this all the time.
we pulled off the internet just to show you what a mole looks like, what a this
I don't want
looks
to
like,
get Botox.
but we'll now work with our own actual
No, I can't do that.
photographs. Okay.
Can you do bags underneath the eyes and puffiness?
The lower eyelid tightening, we call it, but if you cannot remove the puffiness, if they're if they're too puffy, eye bags you cannot remove them by doing that. But if they're loose skin, yes, you can improve it. You can improve it, yes.
If you are removing feminine weight, for instance, eyebrows, that
Yes.
color's gone wrong when you want to remove it, will it leave any form of, well, we shouldn't, scarring that you can redo permanent makeup over that?
Sorry, ladies, can we please have silence?
So it's easy
There's a troublemaker there. It's a troublemaker. That's
Wait,
that,
let me
that,
just sort
that,
you out.
that one. That one. I like that. I like her. Okay. That fit lady there. That fit lady.
Hey, I'm in the security.
So, oh no. Oh God. I'm pledging, oh
Nothing,
God.
he's playing with you. He just wants you to come out and go out with him.
Do you want to wrestle me? Wrestle me. Wrestle me. So, sorry. Okay. So the question again, sorry.
So, listen to the question, girls.
If you remove permanent makeup, is it easy to redo fresh permanent makeup over?
Yes, you can, but wait until the area is completely healed. Wait 2 to 3 months. We just wait until the area is not red, because it's going to be red for a while. Just wait until it's completely gone.
You're going to lose all the hair.
Wait, yes. Sorry?
You're going to lose all the hair.
Using what?
No, never. It'll never grow back.
No. It doesn't have anything to do with the air, no. No. Well, so far, you can burn the air during the treatment, but you don't burn the hair bulb. The follicle, sorry, the follicle.
Yes.
It will grow back, yes. If it's there, yes, it will. Yes.
What happens?
Any other question? The veins.
Some people have huge veins here.
Uh-huh.
So if you go over with like your machine that you can set at so many different levels, could you actually influence that vein?
What do you mean? You mean by red vein
The
removal?
lady's got a vein.
I'm not
And
talking
the-
about a capillary. I'm
If the plasma hits the vein, what will
If
happen?
sometimes you get some bleeding, but it's not.
But can you destroy that vein?
No, it's too big to be destroyed. So far, it wouldn't happen. And also, if you use it, say for example, we've got veins here, yes. Before you reach it, in reality, with the electrical arcing, it's going to take a while. So in reality, unless you misuse it, you're not going to even touch it. The vein is going to feel a bit of heat, but not as much. Occasionally, you can get some bleeding during the upper eyelid tightening. You can get that, but it's not. If you misuse it, you can. So far, with any device, our machine, Plex, or whatever, because again, it's how you. We're gonna wrestle later. With any device, it's how you use it, how long you keep the R4 on. That is very, very important. So you can with any device. It's not because our machine is all beautiful, dancing and blowing, whatever. It can work even at low power settings, but it depends on how you use it. It can be a very low intensity device or anything. It depends on how you use it. Even if you use a very, very low power device or our device at lowest power setting, if you use it for too long, it can cause some bleeding.
Can we move
because
on?
you
We're
go
actually
into
running out of time. Okay, guys. Is
okay.
there more power settings? Power things you're going to show us?
Not really, unless you've got questions that are not. I'm not made myself clear enough. Okay, beautiful.